like to thank @JessTheLarper and @ThatQueerWeirdo for retweeting my last video on Twitter. This is the start of a thing I'm going to do around here where I shout out 1 or 2 folks every week who retweet my videos over on Twitter. So you should follow me over there @IamKateNix. And you can also follow this guy when he's not angry @WinslowIsACat.
I've had some form of sickness, just general illness, happening at all times since I was a teenager. Well, they basically told me I was a hypochondriac and that there was nothing quantifiable that they could do about it, so I just ignored the pain in my body, and it got worse over the years. Being a fairy is the best way that I can contain all the things that describe me. How I can contextualize my experience, because it's hard to deal with all the time. I don't say it's hard because I mean oh poor me, I just mean that I experience this struggle. One of the ways for me to just deal with having to experience it is contextualizing it through mythology. I grew up with fairy tales that my mom would tell me about fairies that she would just make up for me. And we also started attending the Spoutwood Farms Fairy Festival, which I attended from 2001 until it being shut down this past year in 2018. Sewing together good dreams and cutting away bad seams. When I was younger, my family moved around a lot, and I never felt like I could call any one place where I belonged. But Spoutwood was always there. Fairy was always there. And as I grew up and I started exploring things on my own, I sort of combined multiple mythologies and stories that I've heard to understand what's happening to me.
We do believe in fairies! We do! We do!
In mythology and in literature, it is a common theme that fairies are allergic to iron. So iron sickness is how I have sorry, my brain's all scattered from the pain. I'm not built for this world. My body is not built for this world. And I just trampled blindly into a world of men that I didn't understand. Fairy is the one true constant in my life. I've been a fairy even when I was many other things. When I play music, I'm your fairy bard singing spell songs to make you feel better.
It could be a
Red Fair romance.
I love how you look in your pumpkin pants. It would be a
Red Fair romance.
Not period to hold hands.
When I'm with my husband, I am the wanton fairy now happily chained to a mortal lover that you've heard in 1,000 fairy stories. I see my life through that lens, and it makes me so much more comfortable in who I am. Fairies are the closest thing I've ever found in me and out in the world. I can't say the phrase, I blank believe in fairies. Peter Pan said, whenever you say, I blank believe in fairies, a fairy drops down dead. And I know too many people that are winged and horned and have pointed tipped ears and tattoos all over their body, and they come from the earth and the sea, and they're born of fire. I know too many of them, and I don't want to risk my friends' lives. I believe in fairies because I am one. The fact is becoming undeniable to me as I get older. When you struggle so much with your identity because your body is revolting against you and your brain is revolting against you, finding something you are is really important, and it's hard. I've gone through a lot of phases and done a lot of different things. Above all things, I am a fairy.
So my camera battery died and I didn't feel comfortable using an outro from last week. So I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you believe, and I will see you all next week, hopefully in better shape.
Getting up and down to do the camera is a nightmare, so like, here's what you got. Production value.